Hey guys, the next Halo Infinite update is dropping next Tuesday, March 19th. So we've got a few things to cover. It's not quite a content update. It's more bringing in a few things, and it's basically like a mid-season update, the equivalent of a mid-season update if we had seasons right now. So we'll be getting the networking overhaul. So the new networking model is finally coming to Halo Infinite. We've seen the previews and all of that, but now we're getting the actual full thing, and finally we're getting it. So a lot of things should be smoother now. Hopefully everyone will enjoy it without any issues, but we know how these things are. Sometimes issues do arise. For my portal map, it should be so much smoother as well. If you've played it, I need to release a second one. So then, other than the networking model, we'll be having easy anti-cheat arriving in Halo Infinite. So on Tuesday, that's what we'll be having, and hopefully it'll make the experience against cheaters better. It'll detect it better, hopefully. And I don't really run into too many cheaters, thankfully, but some people that do. It sucks, when there's a cheater and it's just unfair and it feels unfair. So we'll also be getting a squad battle refresh. The squad battle refresh is the 8 versus 8, and it includes the maps such as Perdition, Refuge, Timberland Evolved, Rendezvous, Gyre, Harvest, and Behemoth. So more info on that next week when it drops. And yeah, we're getting some pretty cool maps. So yeah, more maps, that's pretty good. And there's been a lot of work into making those Forge maps by the community. So we're also getting the weapon tuning. So the bandits are getting some tuning. There's a faster reload speed on the bandits. Something called the Spawn Influencer weapon cone change is coming, which means that the spawns will be more, for ranked at least, will be more in line to what the spawns with the battle rifle were. So it follows a more consistent logic in connection with how players influence spawn locations. The Bandit Evo first-person audio is too loud apparently, so it's now getting reduced a little bit, so it's not as loud. The Heat Wave has a nerf, a range nerf, so it's not going to be as effective as long range, which is, to me, is like, The aim assist angle is decreased from 5 to 4. The decreased auto aim range and fall off range will also be decreased. Aim assist range decreased from 12 to 11, and aim assist fall off range decreased from 7.5 to 6.5. So it's going to be less effective at longer ranges, which to me is like because that's what the heat wave is there for. So I don't think I like this change. The plasma pistol, it's getting nerfed for its normal shots and stuff, but it's having sort of a faster charge up time. My favorite plasma pistol is the Halo 5. It actually can kill with a single fire, and it's good with its tracking and all of that, so I like that one there. But in Infinite, I don't think they're doing it really good or doing a really good job with it. Even more so, the single fire is not going to be as good anymore. I mean, I don't think it was that good in the first place, but now, instead of firing 10 shots per second maximum, it's going to fire 6.75 shots per second, which is a nerf to the single fire, and honestly, it just makes the single fire worse. We need, like Halo 5, weapons that can actually kill. It also has a faster overheat from 1 to 0.8. So it's gonna overheat faster. The time to charge it, instead of 1.6 seconds, which is quite a lot, is 1.2 seconds. So it's gonna be better to charge it up. But still, honestly, just make it like Halo 5 a little bit more. So the Stalker rifle is also getting some changes. It's getting basically a nerf. Instead of 7 shots to overheat, it's going to take 6 shots to overheat. And it's going to take longer to vent. So it's basically on across the board. Then we've got the Commando with the battle rifle and the Bandit Evo. The Commando is not really that great in PvP anymore. They've nerfed it before. They buffed it and they nerfed it, and it's, messy. So now it has less bloom. And, well, it's getting buffed by having less bloom. Still the same shots to kill, but more faster bloom resets, so we'll see if it's actually gonna be good. And honestly, I think 343 needs to not tune everything as much based on rank, because, like, that's just the ranked experience sort of changing the rest of the game too. Anyways, so we're getting a change in how CSR works in ranked. Basically, we're getting what's called the deterministic CSR payouts. So it's going to be a system based on wins and losses. Right now, what matters to see how much CSR you got is how you performed, where you stack up with the rest of the ranked population, including the enemies on the match and all of that. So with the new system, what will matter is just winning or losing. If you win, you receive 7 CSR. If you lose 7 CSR. So each win and each loss is considered the same. That means it's an experiment, and 343 has some caution, some doubts with this system, but they're still trying it out, because this definitely means that at some levels, people are going to be able to reach way higher levels. So, like, people will be in the 3000s, and then 3000s might match with 2000s and so on. So there's going to be a lot more variance when it comes to matching up players together. But we'll see how it goes. I think some people might like the new system, and we'll definitely have to see how this one goes. Now back to some of the weapon stuff. I forgot to mention that the Bandit does have increased close range friction, so it's going to be less slippery. But also the Gravity Hammer is getting a nerf. It's not going to be as powerful as it has been, but it's going to now be 1.5 times better damage and knockback than it was originally during launch. So it's still going to be more powerful than at launch, but just not as strong as it is right now, even though it's pretty fun still. But yeah, more knockback, that's going to be interesting. Let's see if, you can make Griffball out of that. Firefight Customs is coming to Halo Infinite. So we have Firefight King of the Hill, and which I've been making a map for as well. And now we're getting Firefight Customs, which is like a blank firefight mode, which can be integrated with the nodes in Forge, and it doesn't have the hills. So scripters will have more control, like I said, in what makes a win or a loss, if people earn skulls, which spawners are triggered, and when, and all of that, if players can have more lives, all of that. So it's going to be way more tuned, like tuned as in player tuned. People will be able to tune it the way they want. Forgers, mode makers, map makers. And it will integrate well with the new mode creator that we've received during last update, CU29. So some of the new node graphs that have been added that work both in Firefight Customs and the original King of the Hill variants are on Firefight Set Start, on Firefight Set End, and Firefight Custom Set, Fail Firefight Custom Set, Adjust Firefight Custom Life Pool, Get Firefight Custom Set State, Get Firefight Custom Wave Spawners, Get Firefight Custom Boss Spawners, Override AI Spawner Definition. So these will help you fine-tune or make your own mode. Maybe you now actually want to do, like, instead of like King of the Hill type, where you go through different ones, you can have like a more linear experience where different things can happen. So yeah, that's going to be useful and cool for forgers. There's going to be some quality of life updates as well some improvements. For Forge, there's going to be numerous bug fixes, including copy protection for maps and modes, so improvements to that. And there's been an issue with that going on, and well, now we're getting an improvement. I know, like, with the Forge community, some people come in, they steal the maps, they pass it off as their own, they try to get them, like, get the credit for them even though they didn't make them, like they copy pasted the stuff. So there's going to be improvements to that now, and there's going to be much more stability now. There's more crash fixes with this update. And yeah, even I have been crashing fairly often when forging, so hopefully this helps address it. So this is pretty much it for the March update. Remember, today we also have the Twitch drops the whole weekend. So yeah, this is basically like the equivalent of a mid-season update in a way. Hopefully we'll still get a big update in May with a lot of stuff. So March 19th on Tuesday, we've got the new firefight stuff, the new firefight, mode with the Forge improvements and stuff, the weapon balance, the ranked stuff. We got the squad battle refresh coming out, easy anti-cheat, and also the new networking overhaul. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.